New Tint. Somebody said they'll do it for 15 minutes. And it's awesome.
Slammers back on Friday, October 3rd from Palato in Las Vegas. It's a middleweight title showdown as Brandon Bordeaux faces Isaiah Quiñones for the third time. The 7th trilogy tickets on sale on AXS. VIP packages are available on location. Malarkey to time the right hand again. Go ahead, slice right underneath that double. He wants that double. It's gonna need some glue to the way it goes. Sometimes it be like that. Alright, go on, get to the glue. you're not just fighting internationally, he's mixing everything up, and it's tough to deal with right now, a mixture of everything, not just one or the other. Seconds around two. They're three more for Palato. Has not been able to get to the ground.
Suicidal thoughts or actions, dizziness, sleepiness, headache, vision problems, sore motor skills, and cooking. Right back.
Enter that fake rest and double on it. Then mentally up the top. Especially in the third round, but then needs to get on the jab if he wants to give himself a chance. Keep it here between rounds 2 and 3. We'll look out for Rolando Victoria heading into the final 5 minutes.
Following up with a nice left hook. Victoria's chin on display here 2 different times throughout round 2.
You have to strike more. You got to feint, throw your hands and get out. Throw your hands and get out. Hit him on the legs, hit him in the head. Every time you landed, he felt it. He didn't feel anything. But he's counting points. You got to use your hands. You got to lend your hands for it. Lend your hands and get out. Season 9 of Dana White's Contender Series is already delivered with elite prospects showing their skills in front of Dana and the matchmakers. What was the next wave of rising stars live every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on ESPN+. Next, and Robston, UFC debut off of this season of Dana White's Contender Series.
Ask if you shall receive.
That's right. Big win, Las Vegas.
I thought I was talking to one of his coaches. He said, hey, we got to fight some dude can. He said, oh, what, we got to go to Vegas? He said, no, yeah, I don't even know. He didn't even know who the guy was. But, trying to be aggressive here.
That corner advice of Diego Rivas, if you need a finish, if you want to look for a minute, and turn up the aggression. And Malarkey's got to get going. He's on the back foot right now, and this isn't his style. He's going to support Malarkey. He's got it.
Wrestling that much is effective, but it does come at a cost.
Lawyer knows that. Also, he knows there's a lot of energy, and so now he's got to turn it up in this third. This round is the round he's got to take and win it. Malarkey's got it. Sorry, Malarkey's got to keep pressing forward just like that.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Again, gotta have urgency. Remember, Malarkey stuff's a lot more problem. Can't just hang out there.
Check out ESPN's MMA show, Good Guy, Bad Guy, with David Cormier and Chael Sonnen, watch on YouTube, ESPN2, plus listen to the Chael, Mondays and Thursdays. Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of victory, we go to the scorecards. All 3 judges see it 29-28. Your winner by unanimous decision, Gene.
took some time away from the gym, said he really needed to recoup body and mind. He returns for the first time in 16 months tonight, and he returns to the win column as he did Australia. Quite approach for the veteran Jamie Martin. Victory. We move on with a couple more prelims before the top of the hour in our five-fight main card. And it looks ready to go in an anticipated debut. Fighter out of CKB. The proud Australian showed out on the Contender Series camp Robston forced to test himself in a tough division at 185 pounds. As he faces off with Philadelphia's Andre Petroski. Andre Petroski, third trip to the octagon this year for the fighter out of Philadelphia. Marquez MMA, they've built quite a team. Andre Petroski has long time been a part of that. 12th UFC appearance for a fighter once on the Ultimate Fighter season 29. Back in 2021, Paul, a guy that you know well from the regional scene days, who kind of seen his rise to now his status as a proud UFC middleweight veteran all these years later.
Yeah, and it's crazy to see how many fights Andre really stacking together. Like you said, third fight this year, staying busy. And I talked to Eddie Torres there, who's the one coaching Andre here tonight in Perth, and he was talking to me while Andre was gun weight. He's like, man, he called me up. He's like, yeah, we got to fight, coach. We're gonna have to go to the city. He's like, fight some dude can. He's like, oh, where are we going? He's like, Vegas? No, Australia. And you continue to battle line, collecting himself down here. Listen, Andre is a very, very heavy wrestler. He's got a really good single leg. And listen, he hits super hard. Still developing that boxing to be sharper, but always dangerous where every fight takes place across.
Is Camp Robston, and how about a stretch? I said, how about a crazy summer for you? It wasn't summer down here, of course. August is winter. As it turns to spring this week, but the last 6 weeks, he was on Dana White's Contender Series, August 19th. Beats Brandon Holmes impressively 3 minutes into the first round. Calls for a shot in his native Australia here in Perth to make his UFC debut just 6 weeks later. There was room on the fight card for him. He gets to test himself against Andre Petroski.
Yeah, he's real crafty with his footwork, how he uses the whole octagon, and he pulls you into heavy, dangerous shots like knees and elbows. And obviously, with the stature that you see, he's going to want to keep it at kick range and keep pushing the Petroski back and be able to force when Petroski shoots. That's how you do that. You have to keep the pressure. Now, that's easier said than done because when you look at the legs of Petroski, this guy's not thrown back very easy, okay? So that's the difficult part, but that is the battle of this fight. It's a game of chess, and you've got to be able to push through the fire even though the other person doesn't want it and make it your style fight. But Camp Robston is going to want to move forward in this fight, defend the knees, go to the body early,
Let's get right to the tail of the tape. Camp Robston making his UFC debut at Andre Petroski. As we continue through the action, Petroski 4 years older, Robston 3 inches taller, 6'3", sizable edge of the dark one. Or the underdog. Here's Joe Martinez.
And our fight games, here we go, 3 rounds of the UFC middleweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, a freestyle fighter standing 6 feet even, official weight 185 and 1/2 pounds. His record stands at 13 victories with 4 defeats, fighting out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA. Here is Andre Petroski. Aimed across the octagon, his opponent in the red corner, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner standing 6 feet 2 inches tall. He weighed in 184 and 1/2 pounds and holds a record of 12 victories. With 3 defeats, he fights out of Auckland, New Zealand. Here is Camp Robston. And your referee is Steve Percival.
Camp Robston has been in Auckland, New Zealand, the team at City Kickboxing for the last 7 years. And it's obviously a room full of killers and decorated UFC champions, but he said he wanted to talk to Brad Riddell how to treat himself like a professional. And now he's on the biggest stage of the UFC against Andre Petroski. Robston's in the ring.
See the way Robston keeps that arm out. That's the distance he's trying to keep.
Heavy leg kicks in Petroski. That's the guy. Some kicks that he calls. Chop down those legs.
When he hangs that lead arm out there, it makes it easy to chop through your leg.
Checking out that ground. That's hurt. Yeah.
It might not look like much, but Petroski feels that because he's got that move. Maybe
Yeah,
second
right.
right over throwing
You get it in while you can, and as soon as you crush your foot across the machine, and you go, okay, well, we'll do something different. That hurt.
I know if he kicks me
That
up.
was good.
I'm Robston, I'm with you for knees all day. I think they're going to be trying to turn now of Petroski's injuries.
Petroski must get past this range of drive. He's got to start letting the hammer go so he can occupy Robston defense. You're right. He's just shooting up this distance and Robston is lead on that.
Again, this is a setup to take them. They're just being to take them.
Say it one more time.
Think back in the top out.
It's really just
Very effective.
laid on with some glue. They use 3M glue, double sided tape. It look good. You know how they say shit. Stay in your dream. Nah, I'm saying what they put on the what's on the backside. Or what I heard.
Yeah, I don't know.
It'll be in the corner. If you see the video, but I don't do it in the middle of the window. Check on like something. Once they start getting dirty, keep up and on.
And that'll do it. Cam Robston in the debut. What a 6-week stretch from the Contender Series to a contract.
Damn, I might need to get to that. And that look at it.
That is not easy to do.
Another one of those scams.
Something really effective across the two and then play up.
Depends on.
You saw it. You just repeatedly go down the
Probably serve for a running so I don't want to get around on there.
And I was going to say, he recovered nicely. Petroski responded off the ground, and then Robston put him in danger right away.
right on the temple.
That's that check hook that we're going to be seeing tonight in the main event. So it comes off the
They might
center
get
line. He's moving at an angle to land.
That's my knowledge.
While Petroski trying to work to barge his way into the cover and on an angle. And that's what allows that man to great job with just seeing that he's hurt and staying at it so that he doesn't give him a chance to survive.
Eugene Behrman has been a strong night for city kickboxing so far. Tonight they have 4 athletes competing here in Perth. Cam Robston getting it done. And what a way to make the debut, break in that UFC contract that just turned on August 19th. And here he is before the end of September. Into the win call. Here's Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, it comes officially 2 minutes, 41 seconds, round number 1. Referee Steve first of all puts a halt to the fight for your winner. By TKO,
I'm here with the winner.
One half of the cock is going to look new and then the other half is going to look like.
Dan, congratulations. Listen, it wasn't that long ago they were calling for this opportunity on the day.
You might want to get a prime down first for your life.
Get it, you come in here, you get to fight here in Perth, and you get the first round finish. How you feel about that, my friend?
Car wash.
Hey, middleweight.
I thought you said do more
There's
curves.
a new dog in the
Yeah,
yard.
you know how to car wash, put them things in the pan.
Oh, okay.
Listen, Petroski
Yeah, no, that
came
ain't
out,
too bad.
was trying to
You
keep
give me a
that
lot of shit.
distance, you found your range, you were doing
The
good.
whole cock be
Every
done. You
switch
know,
southpaw, you were attacking with that right kick, but it was that check left hook that hurt him bad. Did you realize how bad
I
that
did
was
so many
when you
different
saw him go down one day?
type of
Yes, they did.
damage. Some new son, build some from
You watched
so
his
called.
fights before. If you
I
know
was just
casual
getting
man,
to
you
do
watched
that
his
rap
fights
on there.
before. You know he's a tough motherfucker to get out of the cage.
Absolutely. Tough, horrible guy. Now listen, Cam, you came in here first round finish. How soon can we see you get back in there? Because you were calling for your shot after Dana White's Contender Series, and now you have an opportunity.
I recommend doing the body work
fight
for you,
here
though.
close to home.
You need body work. You say this and watch it.
7 years ago, in this arena, Perth, Western Australia was witness for one of the most legendary UFC debuts.
Once I let the rap on there,
That man is
I have
also
to just snatch the rap. The rap will snatch it off. Like if you can touch it and just flick off,
from City
they glue
Kickbox.
from that rap on
It is often replicated,
snatch it off.
never duplicated. But what I'm saying
Oh, I said get
is
the
this:
sand
get
down.
on the Cam Rouston bandwagon now. The express train
You have to do that whether they painted or not, and they painted or rap.
Oh, let's hear it for your winner, Perth, Cam Rouston.
Unless you just do a paint.
What a way to pay tribute to his
I remember I
teammate.
did a rap before.
Israel
From Buffalo.
Adesanya.
It was repainted. You know, the car was another color, but he just repainted it. But then I tried to wrap it in.
When he said there's a
You know, it's there to good purpose for paint, but then when I tried to wrap it in, you get that
Cam
paper
Rouston
off.
borrows that
It won't really
line
help me out.
in his UFC debut.
It's there to purpose for paint, though.
To
They're
the
going to leave
middleweight
that color.
division.
You're going to try to do something extra with it. It ain't going to really go extra with it.
Championship gold on the line next week. Magomed Ankalaev looks to turn back. Alex Pineda in a light heavyweight title rematch. Ron Kowalski defends his belt against Corey Sandhagen. Championship doubleheader at UFC 320 for Vegas Saturday, October 4th on ESPN. An exclusive club is that of an athlete that realizes becoming a UFC champion. It's something Dominic Reyes is still chasing. He's already proven himself a rare breed of athlete, not just for what he shows on fight night, but the battle that is getting back to the contender he is today.
In the fight game, comebacks are rare. Redemption, that's only found by the few who continue past the others that give up. Dominic the Devastator Reyes is one of those few. A man who's walked through the fire, fallen hard, and fought his way back when most had stopped watching. His biggest triumph came the same night as his most crushing defeat, UFC 247, John Jones.
Oh, nasty left hip. It's a different position for Jones right now. He's on his heels.
A razor-thin decision many believe Reyes won. It was supposed to be his crowning moment. He goes into the moment. Something else did. Belief. Fans. From Reyes himself. That was his coming out party, and it felt like only a matter of time before he division. The fight game isn't scripted. It's certain. It's time. This keep beyond what a knockout loss for the title of Joe Bacon. And two more defeats. Reyes once seen as the next king of 205 became a cautionary
I don't know, they might use some auto
tale. He said
zones
his
too.
chin was gone. And after
I
that,
don't know.
it's the chin nose, your career off the limit. The headlines turned cruel. Then,
Oh, maybe it was so hot out there. Maybe they had a roll in.
all of 2023 passed.
How hot was it? How hot did they say it was up there?
Redemption was forged in silence, in long, late sessions behind closed doors, in rebuilding confidence, rebuilding self.
Yeah. Maybe they had something.
And when he returned, he didn't just show up. Kicked it. A knockout win over Dustin Dubois was him back on the map. Some called it luck. Reyes let his fists answer.
Oh, he's out on his feet.
There's a time though where I get reference like California in the hood of Buffalo real bad.
Stepped in with a legend.
It'd be like a big ass circle on it.
Finished it inside of 2 rounds.
Only in California though. They ain't never, none of my wrestlers either. But in California, I mean, people hot.
That version
I'm just
was
putting on
that was back. They gave him one lead. Then came Nikita Krylov. Another clean finish.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dominic Reyes is back.
No more doubt. Reyes was in the hunt again, staring down title contention in the UFC's most dangerous division. Now he enters enemy territory. Carlos Goldberg's backdrop. Momentum on his side, fire in his chest. The questions that once surrounded him turned into answers. The man they said was finished is now doing that to his opponents.
Water.
He said, I'm not backing
definition of adversity is what we're talking about when you look at Dominic Reyes' career. Those 3 losses, and then they come back and beat Nikita Krylov, Anthony Smith, Dustin Jacoby, get back on the street, get back on top after being told that you weren't as good, your chin's not good enough, you can't do it. You had your best fight against Jones, and you'll never do it again. For him to not listen, for him to get back on the bike, show up every single day, get knocked down 7 times, and get back up 8. That is what this man has done, and he's going to have to do it tonight. He's very, very strong mentally to be able to get through that and put together a win streak, and that is what makes champions. It's not just always a clean winning to the top. Sometimes you got to make it through the real dark places, but when you do, you've seen both sides respect you a lot of times, and makes you lose a lot of the pressure.
Go ahead with Dominic Reyes, almost like he was seeing the future when he quoted Vince Lombardi in his high school yearbook about how many times he'd get back up. Find Western Australia on Facebook, Instagram, and X, and Western Australia and hashtag WA the Dream State. Western Australia walking on a dream. You are looking at quokkas, known as the world's happiest animal. You can find them nearby Rock Nest Island off the west coast. I might pay a visit out there this afternoon and say hello to a furry friend. Light heavyweight main event Beckman's, and that's the division where we find our featured trailer momentum. Set to collide as New Zealand's undefeated Navajo Sterling, ready to represent the new card. Today takes on the dangerous Brazilian Adolfo Palato.
After breaking through on Dana White's Contender Series with a devastating knockout win last year, New Zealand's Navajo Sterling is the latest gunslinger to emerge from Auckland's famed City Kickboxing. Perfect through 7 pro fights, including a dominant performance against Ivan Erslan at UFC 315 in Met. He's ready to go head-to-head against Sao Paulo's Adolfo Palato. Battle-tested through 3 UFC fights with tried-and-true veterans in the light heavyweight ranks, the 29-year-old will look to showcase the fireworks that earned him a Performance of the Night win against Ivor Portieria. Coming up next, Adolfo Trattor Palato takes on Navajo Sterling.
Despite being unbeaten in his UFC career thus far, light heavyweight Adolfo Palato doesn't believe his best has truly been put on display. So for the first time in his 8-year professional career, Trattor left his native Brazil to train under just one roof and with one set of focus in camp at American Top Team. He's since found himself in prime shape both physically and mentally, as the 29-year-old has also been able to put out some fights surrounding his recent elbow. And guys, Palato told me he wants to put on a show, not necessarily to spite the naysayers, but to next time make them think twice before doubting him.
Thank you very much, Mackenzie. Well said there. June of this year was when he was last in action against Paul Craig in Atlanta. That's the result she's talking about. It was a no contest after Paul Craig landed an illegal upkick. Paul, people were questioning Palato's ability to continue in the fight, and he didn't. But it's not about proving people wrong, as Mackenzie said. Just saying, this is how good I can be, and that's what he expects to show today.
You know, we talked about it. Me and Rob Whitaker were actually talking about this, that, you know, a lot of people question it, whether there was a flop, whatever you want to say, but watch the fight with Jimmy Lee, how durable and tough, and how much heart this guy has showed in the past. That's where a lot of people go, how could that be?
Doesn't add up.
It doesn't add up, right? And it doesn't matter. He's got an opportunity right now in front of him to take on a very surging up-and-coming guy in Sterling and just wipe the slate completely clean. He can go out there and shut up all the doubters, all the people that have called him on Twitter, and show them that that is not of which he is made. He's tougher than that, and he's not that type of guy. And when he's going and he's dangerous out, he is dangerous in the fight, and he's a guy that can come back from being beat up for a long time and win those rounds. Exactly.
Yeah, you generally don't want to be the guy to take a beating and have to come back. But if you're that guy and you just keep using it, it works. Palato takes some big shots, but he's very heavy-handed, and that's why he's swinging all the time in the other direction for him.
Someone rising to the challenge. I see your determination and strength.
On the other side, Navajo Sterling, he's 27 years old, and he's one of the really bright prospects in the UFC, regardless of division, but
certainly at light heavyweight. You're circling his name. Young is a winner, is 7-0. 2 for 2 in the UFC. Wants to make the statement that he doesn't need judges' scorecards to do it. But it's all about skill and building the skills necessary to become a champion. And he thinks he can really conquer the Aldo Palato tonight.
Yeah, like you said, building skill. He's been to a decision in back-to-back fights, and that kind of annoys him. But that is how you build your skill. First, you get through those tough fights. You see what you're made of. You go the distance. You build your skill set. You build your technique. You get your experience. And then, the knockouts can tend to happen on their own, and you're not forcing them. And I think when you watch Navajo Sterling, you see how quick he is. You see how well he uses distance. He switches stance a lot. He's good at the hand fight. He mixes in the elbows and the knees. He's got a great camp that he comes from, so he's got lots of high-level opponents to train with, bodies to work against. And I think that these are all the skills for him that are going to cross over against Palato very well.
Featured Freeland upcoming at 205 pounds. Navajo Sterling. Sills Aldo Palato. Your tail of the tape, Sterling 2 years younger than the 29-year-old. Sterling 1 inch taller and 6'4", small inch and a half for reach as well. And our fight minutes are set to go on the next fight tonight. 3 rounds on the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist is 6 feet 3 inches tall. Weighing in officially 205 pounds, his record stands in 12 victories, 2 defeats, 1 draw, and 1 no contest. Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Here is Palato. And across the octagon, his opponent fighting out of the red corner. A kickboxer sitting 6 feet 4 inches tall. He weighed an officially 205.5 pounds and holding a perfect professional record, standing at 7 victories with no defeats. Here is the undefeated light heavyweight from Auckland, New Zealand, Navajo Sterling. And your referee in charge of the action is Mike Beltran. Here in Australia, Aldo Palato, sizable underdog against that man. Rising prospect from New Zealand, Navajo Sterling. Talking to Sterling yesterday at ceremonial weigh-ins, I said, here's a guy you're not going to have to look for him. Palato is a pressure fighter. He's going to bring it right to you. Sterling does fight good, sit back, look at the counter, so he will be presented with opportunities.
See the power of Palato when he throws shots like that. That's why he makes all these fights hard. That's the equalizer for Palato. When he lands, it hurts people. It's very hard. It's like natural power.
Well, he's had some awkward results like the draw. Great account of himself against Jimmy Cruz, the no contest against Paul Craig, but it's 12 inches as well. Unless your name is Vitor Petrina, nobody else is beaten.
Great step up in competition for Sterling as well because of his experience.
Today, fight again before the end of 2025. Of course, UFC and regular down under expect to be back here early part of the next year. It's that spotlight as well.
Still a youngster.
Like, keep going in the way out, get your experience. Professional Palato up against defensive landing shots while doing short elbows. It's really a spin attack.
was Robston. And so you see Sterling really use a lot of that early on, and that was where he opened the ground game. It was a teaser body and a left hand body. Really go there with the Palato. And that body work, exactly. Watch any of Palato's fights and know what shots to the head. So you put the body, and that shuts on that ground. Defense there by Palato. Under the head, under the chin of Palato, turning himself off the fence, back off his face. This is where he wants to fight. Or he will want to press Palato off the combo.
Sterling turning up the pressure with body head. Combination up top again.
He's opening up here. This is nice to see from Sterling. Oh, he ate a knee though.
Now we got to fight him again.
Oh, this is the fight that Palato has been in before.
Sterling's willing to oblige him in this.
We've seen a more reserved
Pace from Sterling in the past. He's opening up here. Again, using his forehead to try to get under that chin. Maybe looking at a level change here. Taking a breather for a lot of punches there. Watch out for the elbow there as well.
right hand from Sterling. Things heated up down the stretch. Round two coming up. Countdown airing this Sunday on ESPN, the official YouTube channel, preview of the title fight doubleheader coming from Las Vegas. And Saturday night, Ahmed Ankalaev and Owens Ankalaev plus Bob against Colton Sandhagen. Countdown coming up this Sunday. Pressure versus behind the black line moving round two. Several times, pressure against the fence. These times he's got right on. Every way to spin his way off, and now he stays in his kitchen. More power shots.
Doing a good job shooting Palato up against the fence. And lands these big combos, works the body. Just as Palato tries to open back up, he engages into the clinch. Looks for a takedown. Not that he even wants it, but just wants to avoid those big counter shots. Just as he opens up, he comes stifle. There's
ready to go. That's the deal right off the top.
So really just shows the evolution of the game against Islam. We saw the kids and big grab their phones and take down some belt. Here again, showing him a very fantastic kickboxing, but also mix it up, keep it down. This is a guy that's still learning the game, still learning the techniques of the kickboxing. All the guys who gets the belt, but you see him experimenting and fighting, getting better and better.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Bottom leg first to give himself a shot. So that leg that's hooked up behind Sterling, getting out of there. And that's why you see Sterling holding on there so tight. Kind of has like a perpendicular position. That really locks that leg in and keeps Palato from being able to get up and of course and use a lot of energy. This is what I was talking about earlier. Look how Palato's using his legs to break down Sterling. Now up against the fence, it doesn't work quite as well, but as you go up in the card, you'll see guys use the bottom half and the top half of the body a lot better in jiu-jitsu. Palato's hooking himself down right now, but there we go. You see this one leading him for a moment. Full guard isn't the way to go. You're going to hold yourself up.
Yeah, especially when out here, right up against the fence, put it back on top of you. Whereas before, when he had the open guard, using the bottom half, even if he's not getting back up, really making up a base and go down.
It's just a lot of energy from those legs to get the butterfly guard in there. It takes a lot of energy. And the top guy is really
Go right. Go right, then reverse out. Yeah, go all the way that way. There. For sure. Well, shit. That's it for now. Till I find something else to do. All right, y'all. See y'all.